The ORS module Discovering Real Science Through Big History has opened opportunities for pre-service teachers to further develop skills and confidence in science to become a better teacher. The Big Bang Theory is one of the most recognized explanations about how the universe was created. Currently, there are 8 thresholds in the Big History project. The universe began through what is believed to be a huge explosion created from a dying star. Scientists are not able to identify what it was like prior to this event, however, are able to recap what happened from moments after. Edwin Hubble was an American astronomer who placed a telescope into what was believed to be a blank area of space. The image received by the telescope proved otherwise, as it displayed an abundance of old and new stars. Hubble believed by calculating the rate the universe was expanding, we could discover its birthday. 380,000 years after the event of the Big Bang, the new universe saw its first stars. Stars were the basis for life, creating all the elements we see on the periodic table. Without stars, everything we have today would not exist, including us. As stars die, they collapse, creating and depending on what type of star it is will depend on how it dies. The Big Bang is thought to have occurred via supernova. Newly forming stars combine with clouds of chemically rich matter and the force of gravity to create planets through the process of accretion. After the process of accretion, Earth was able to sustain life on its rocky planet full of diverse environments. The Goldilocks condition allowed life on Earth to establish, as the planet was just the right distance from the Sun with lots of water. Luca, last universe common ancestor, is the ancestor of all living things, including humans. The crucial ability to be human was the ability to make tools. Therefore, humans needed hands and feet, 3D vision, and big brains. The human has been the most strange and creative species to live on planet Earth. Our language has been the greatest evolutionary trait, allowing the passing down. Farming is essential to surviving in the modern world, as we, as humans, have created irreversible transitions since the end of the last ice age. No longer do we scavenge or hunt for our food. Agriculture is not something that was invented, as many unconnected continents were falling into the same paths of life around the world. There were 5 steps towards agriculture. Humans already had the knowledge and skills. Specific plants and animals were well suited for domestication. Humans in some regions became less nomadic after the last ice age. Population grew due to the humans only now staying in one area, and commitment to farming was the only viable option. As populations grew, communities began to form and communication and transport advanced. 5,000 years ago, writing was invented, allowing information to be stored on stone and later on paper. Transportation to move people and goods through horse and carriage and cart and via boat were invented and proved so effective we still have these methods in place today. However, through the passing of many people and villages, sickness and disease began to spread, declining populations but also increasing immune systems. Through this module, 3 foundational concepts of science were addressed through a topic reflection log. Scientific questioning, data integrity, and fair testing were each examined within an article, and a short reflection was written. A reflection of Hubble's deep field image was intended to explain foundational concepts of data integrity, scientific questioning, and fair testing. So forth were topics 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At the beginning of a module, a mind map was constructed using MindMeister to demonstrate what I wanted to achieve by completing the module. This is the final map showing the learning that took place through the ORS module and the learning I achieved. A comparison reflection log was written. The ORS module Discovering Real Science Through Big History enabled participants to conduct 2 real classroom experiences. The 2 experiments I chose to do were the pizza box oven and the biography of a crop. The The last assessment of the ORS module required an inquiry-based lesson for an appropriate year level from K to 6. The inquiry-based lesson I did focused on Year 5 entitled Earth's Place in Space. Through this unit, students in Year 5 will learn through the 5 E's: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. I designed my program using Program Builder, an Australian government initiative. Using the 5 E's method of learning, students will apply the Discovering Real Science through Big History Gateway module foundational concepts of scientific questioning, data integrity, and fair testing to a real-world science example. Science can be used for any year or ability level. Passionate teachers reflect passionate learners. When learning and teaching is engaging, students will benefit from hands-on, heads-on, hearts-on learning.